What does an ESPN audition look like when they reach out? Like, what does that process look like?
Let me try and remember again because it's been a couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes.
They brought me in, and I met my producer, and she had put stories in the rundown in the computer, and I had to write the stories. And I had a couple of highlights, shot sheets. And coming from news, I'd never done a shot sheet before. I mean, I was a sports fan, and it was basketball. I like basketball. So it wasn't that difficult just to get into the game, read the shot sheet, get into the game, and whatever, personality that was in me that day, let that out.
Yeah.
And that was it. From what I understand, they liked my audition, and someone wanted to make me do it again and throw a couple of curveballs at me, but they're like, no, he's leave him alone.
He's good.
Yeah. And then they offered me a job, and I told them no.
Why?
Because I was dumb. Because I was, how old was I? 38. And we had been in Pittsburgh for 12 years. And I was a main anchor at the Fox affiliate. And I was into my contract, but, I had gotten a little love from a station in Houston. And I was thinking, I don't know if I want to change and go into sports. I don't know. I appreciate ESPN. I do. It's beautiful. My friends were like, ESPN's great. Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. So I said no. And the guy that brought me up was like, okay, if there's anything I can do for you in the future, just give me a holler. Call me up. I think it was the next day. They really want to hire you. And I said, well, tell me about the job. It's like ESPN News and nights and weekends and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, how much does it pay? He gave me a range. And I said, well, I'm in that range now. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, Connecticut winters are cold, like Pittsburgh winters aren't cold. And the boy, I think he's 3 now. I just don't know if I want to move around. My wife's dad was in the military, and I don't want to move him around. Blah blah blah. I was making every excuse.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it, but I don't think so. He's like, okay, if I can help you in the future, let me know. He was a family friend. Come to find out, my wife called him. He's like, is this a good opportunity for Jay? Yeah, I really think it is. All right, I'll take care of it. And I tell the family, I say, hey, bye. Okay, bye-bye. So that was going on. And my agent was like, why don't we throw a number at them and see what they say? Sure, do whatever you want to. I really don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
He did. They didn't meet the number, but they got close. He's like, you need to think about this. All right, think about it. And I asked some friends, and my friends were like, why are you still here? Can I curse on your podcast?
Yeah, do what you want to do.
Dumbass, why are you still here?
My friend probably would have told me the same thing.
What is wrong with you? It's like, you really? Yes, stupid, go. So they wanted to know by the end of the week, if I said no again, they were going to move on to the next candidate. So I'm like, tell them I'll take the job. Everybody seems to think that this is a really cool thing, and it is ESPN. So yes, we'll take the job. Great. Went to bed that night, woke up the next morning. I'm not going. I don't want to go. And
You're like a kid on the first day of school.
Exactly. And my wife looked at me like, she looked at me with pity in her eyes. You know how they look at you and they know you about to do something stupid, but you have no idea that you're about to do something stupid, but they know. She had that look in her eyes. So I got the legal pad out, she did, and the pros and cons and the Disney benefits, the health benefits and the Disney benefits made it the best decision that she and my friends made, because I probably would have messed it up again.
Yeah.
Because I was not thinking globally. I was thinking news versus sports. I wasn't thinking storytelling. I wasn't thinking, I enjoy hanging out with the sports director at the station and my friends that did sports, because it was fun going to games and going with them. I was like, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thinking that. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But the Lord has mercy on fools and babies.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And hindsight's 2020.
Yes.
What do you remember about your first day there?
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, they bring you in. Back in the day, it was a 30-day evaluation thing. So you have to observe observation, not evaluation. So about week 3, I just wanted to do something. So they let me do updates on ESPN News. But my first show, it was a Saturday night, 6 to 9 on ESPN News. So all the games that had happened during the day, you know, when they would end, we would get the shot sheets and do the highlights first. Games that I hadn't seen, but I'm doing the highlight for it. Yeah, I've never done that before, and it was hot and heavy. I mean, the game's ended, shot sheet, go. Okay, it was a lot of that, and it was a lot of. This wasn't my first show. It was one of my first shows where I'm doing the highlight and I'm talking and I have my earpiece, my IFB in. And my producer gets in my ear and says, "We got Gary Williams on the phone in 2 minutes. Think of some questions." While I'm talking, I'm trying to do a highlight. Why are you bothering me? Number one.
Yeah.
Can't you see I'm working? Number one. And two, who's Gary Williams? Oh, that's right. He's the Maryland coach. Think of some questions. Who are they playing? I'm thinking as I'm talking, as I'm doing this. And we take a quick commercial break, and my co-anchor's like, ask him how they're going to D up D Wade, because it was Maryland and Marquette coming up in the tournament. I was like, oh, that's a good question. And Gary and I ended up having a good conversation. But it was that kind of thing. It was, you know, think of some questions. Here's the highlight. We got breaking news. I remember when Sammy Sosa's bat broke because he corked his bat. And I was on ESPN News. And it was the first day I met Tim Kirkchin, our baseball extraordinaire. Tim Kirkchin is the best in the business. And I met him. He's like, ask me anything. So we're talking, and the story was getting bigger because this is Sammy Sosa. He's a big star. And he corked his bat to get an advantage. Brother man's cheating. So we're on ESPN News. All of a sudden, we're on ESPN News and ESPN2. Then we're on ESPN News, ESPN2, and ESPN. I'm glad I didn't know this at the time.
Because you would have been.
I probably would have fainted. And, you know, and they got, you know, the baseball Tonight guys, you know, took over after that and called Ravitch because he's also the best in the business. But just to have those experiences, to look back and to be able to say, you know, I handled that okay. That went well.
Whoa. Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah.